What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video. Now shout out to the DoD Disciples of Doom. And this is going to be your episode of Manic Mondays. It's going to have a little spin to it because I'm probably going to go on a rant here. So this is going to be a special edition of Manic Mondays where we talk about speculations and how all of this misinformation breeds false expectations. So sit back, relax, grab your popcorn, bring out your listening ears, because this is going to be a good one. Now, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Come on, support the channel by subscribing. And let me know in the comment section below what you think about all of these topics. It's going to be a good one. This is going to be a good video. All right. So while we do this, I'll do, let me think. I'll do some open world farming. I need some materials to optimize a few more builds. But all right. So let's get into it. Now, what do I mean by misinformation breeds false expectations? Well, you have to think about that. First part, misinformation. Kami, what are you talking about? What misinformation? What's going on here? Well, there's certain parts of this community and figureheads that think they have a platform to speak on that breed misinformation. Not only that, but a lot of you will take it as gospel, meaning you will believe it. You won't question the source. You won't question where they got the information. You'll just believe what they say because of their platform. Now, this breeds false expectations, meaning when they are lying to you and feeding you these lies for views, then you get this false hope. You get this expectation where you're like, oh, this is going to happen because so-and-so said so. Or no, this is going to happen because so-and-so said it's going to happen. But when you ask them, where did you hear that? Did you speak to a developer? Do you have someone on the inside? Who do you know at Ubisoft? Where did you get all your information? And when you see the answers to these questions are, no, I don't know anyone, or no, I just came up with this, or hey, this is just a speculation, that's where you get this gray area where people start to believe it as true fact. And it is, in fact, not that at all. It's just a lie or a spin of the narrative to get you to click on their video and give them views. When in reality, all they are doing is spreading lies throughout the community, creating false hope, and pinning the community against the developers. Pretty simple. Case in point, when I say, hey guys, we're going to get a new DZ, and everyone says, what? We're going to get a new DZ? And then all of a sudden, the developers have to publicly announce, no, we're not getting a new DZ. And then all of a sudden, you have parts of the community that are like, oh, well, I wanted a new DZ. And then they're upset because they heard they're going to get a new DZ. When in reality, it was just made up and the community believed it. Same kind of concept here. So let's talk about these job listings, shall we? Because there's a big part of the information the community's not understanding, and those that are peddling these lies and misinformation concepts don't understand what they're even talking about. Now, what am I talking about? Pretty simple. So we had, I don't know, a handful of community members, content creators, streamers alike, use their platform to peddle this misinformation that there are all of these jobs in Shanghai, China, and that we are getting a new summit rework. We're getting a PvP thing. We're getting new maps and conflict, and we're getting this. And what they forgot to mention is that if you actually read the job listing, just read it, please read it. It says for the CN version. CN version. Now, I know a lot of you probably weren't really paying attention in history or, foreign affairs. But China, let's do a little history here. China, the CN version, what people didn't understand, the Chinese network version, This is because China and their politics have a very strict opposition against and for video games. Okay, what do you mean here? Well, sit back because you're about to get a nice little history lesson. So, over the years, the CCP decided that video games carried a very addictive manner and that they should start to monitor and try to limit the amount of video games played in China. Now, there are over 750 million video game users in China. That is more than the United States, Germany, France, UK put together. That's more than all of them put together. In fact, China is becoming the number one, I think it's number 2 right now, but the number 1 market for video games. What a lot of people don't understand, and this is mind-blowing to me, because I thought everyone remembered this whole like John Cena Fast and the Furious controversy. I thought a lot of you watched South Park where they were talking about the whole China version thing. What people are not understanding is that China censors a lot of stuff to their public. They want certain narratives, they want certain images, characters alike. Now, I'll give you some more, substance on this. China has its own World of Warcraft. China has its own Minecraft. China has its own PUBG, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Pokemon. China has their own version of nearly all of the big games. Reason being is China does not allow certain types of characters within their video games and their culture. China has just announced that they will now not have any men that are not masculine, any characters of men that are affirmant, which means non-masculine male characters. They are also not allowing any sort of LGBTQ representation or heavy female leads in their video games, nor in their narratives. So they have to change a lot of things that, video games companies in the West make. So they have to redo certain aspects. They don't even allow skeletons in their games. That's right. They don't even allow skeletons in World of Warcraft, and you guys can look all of this up. I've done my research. They have censored so much to these video games for their audience. Now, another thing to note is that out of that 750 million player base in China, 110 million of them are under the age of 18. So earlier, I believe it was late last year, actually, a few months ago, China released a new law where people under the age of 18 cannot play video games unless it is Friday, Saturday, or Sunday between the time of 8 and 9 p.m., meaning they can only play video games 3 hours a week with a max of 1 hour a day. Now, China is also implementing face recognition and the software input into their video games to make sure that the user is of age and playing at the correct time of day. Isn't that pretty nuts? None of these people have explained this to you. When it says CN version, Chinese network, they have their own gaming network that has their own versions of video games for their culture. If you even type in Ubisoft China in YouTube, you'll see a Ubisoft video where they state they are having local people work for Ubisoft in China to change the game for the local community. It says it in their advertisement, like marketing video. They are changing the games for that, part of the world. Why? Because it is one of the biggest consumers. Just like how John Cena, when he was talking about Taiwan and China got upset and they knew that Fast and the Furious was about to come out with John Cena, he publicly apologized in Mandarin because he knows how to speak Chinese, and he apologized so that their movie would still be released in China. And guess what? Over half of all of the money they make in the Fast and Furious franchise is from China. Just China. Now, same with video games. If I am a video game publisher, I would want my video game in China because their player base is so big. Now, with that being said, if you are the gaming publisher, you also have to mend your product to fit their narrative. You're not going to be able to release their product if they don't like what they see. All right. So I hope this little history lesson for the whole China part helps you. So when it says all of these job listings are for the CN version, if you guys go back to whoever you watched on YouTube last week and you listen to them talk about the job listing, it says CN version. The CN version will not be released to us. We are not the CN community. We're the normal community. CN gets their own special version because they still live in a communist-ruled state. We don't. So where we have Kelso telling us where to go, they probably don't. You know, things like that. You have to understand that they change their game for that region so that they can sell more copies, make more money, and have a fan base in that part of the world. It's really not that hard to understand. So whenever you hear these content creators, streamers alike, talk about these job listings and say, oh, well, this is happening for the community, and oh, we're getting a new PvP, and oh, we're getting a new this. You guys need to really, really think about where they got their source, what they're actually talking about, because more times than not, they're just talking out of their ass. There's no real reason. It's to get you some clicks and make them some money. It's really simple when you break it down. So in my eyes, these creators that are making these false hope narratives for views and clicks, they're just losing my respect. I do not respect them at all. When you're doing that, you are spreading false information that creates a false expectation, and you are pinning the community up against the community. And you're doing that against the developers as well. So instead of us banding together and actually knowing what's happening with facts and evidence, now we're getting misinformation, breeding false expectations. So I hope that helps get everyone to understand what's actually going on here. It sounds like they are, doing a Chinese version of the Division 2, and they need some developers in Ubisoft China to help them do that. It's pretty cut and dry when you look at it. We are not getting those changes in America. We're not getting those changes in Europe, Australia. It's not happening. Chinese network version means it's for the Chinese network. Please get that through your head. Do not spread misinformation and do not create false expectations, please. Now, for me, I don't know. I obviously, throughout the years that I've been covering Ubisoft games and throughout the years I've been in the Division 2 communities, I have built relationships on both the community side and the development side. Now, I can't talk about conversations I have, nor would I ever try to throw anyone on either side under the bus without proper evidence. So I really want you guys to understand that these speculation videos are just speculation videos. It's just like if you were to type into YouTube and say Star Wars Jar Jar Binks theory. You're going to get a theory that maybe he's a Sith. You'll get a theory that maybe he's this or that. It's speculations. Does that mean it's Star Wars canon? No. Does that mean it's real? No. It means that they got you to click on it. It was interesting enough to, pique your curiosity. And if you really want to believe that, fine, but you're going to be the dummy that thinks Jar Jar Binks is, whatever. You don't want to be that person in our community. Our community is full of intelligent people that want this community to thrive. It's not all about being toxic or, what have you. It's about bringing us together and building something together, because we all know that the Division 2 is something unique. There is nothing like this out there. And that's why so many people compare their games to this one, because there is nothing like this. So instead of pinning each other against one another with false hopes, false speculations, and just BS lies to the community, we should be working together. We should be calling out these people for lying. We should be calling out these people on their bullshit. When someone says CN version, I don't even know what that means, but it probably means this, you should call them out. Hey, it's Chinese network, and it's because China is, making an update to their Division 2 version of their game. Has nothing to do with us at all. At all. Like, oh man, it hurts my head, the amount of people that have commented this weekend alone talking about, oh, did you hear we're getting a new this? Did you hear we're getting a new that? It's almost like sickening how many people believe it. How many people actually drink that Kool-Aid. It's really remarkable. So the fact that I have to make this video to not only call out the lies and speculations, but to also point out that, we should be banding together instead of going against each other. A lot of people know it's BS, and instead of helping each other understand what part of it is BS or what creator is actually telling lies, that's not happening. It's more of they are going against each other and just either calling them names or just pushing them to the side instead of getting everyone on the same page. And that's what I'm trying to do here, is get everyone on the same page so that we all understand when it's BS and when it's not. Now, there has been nothing official from Massive or Yannick or anyone at Ubisoft about this, because it's already in the job listing. It says CN version. It has nothing to do with them. And if I were them, I wouldn't comment on this either, because it's just a waste of time. These people are peddling false information and speculations as if they are fact, when the people that are actually on this game, the people that are actually developing this game, know the truth. And I think it's smart to let all these speculations and what have you go out there. But at the same time, I wouldn't want that to go out there and divide the community. So I'm trying to set the record straight and get you guys on the same page, because CN version means China. It means the Chinese version. Please understand that that does not mean our version of the game. They are two completely different things. And when I say they will be different, they really will be different. You guys can look up right now CN version of any game you want, and you'll see the comparison videos or contrast articles where it shows, hey, this is what they changed in Halo. This is what they changed in Battlefield. Because the Chinese network for their video games have very strict rules and laws against certain types of topics and characters and narratives that they do not want in China. It's that simple. So just understand that, please. What we do know for a fact is we will get a new game mode, we will get a balancing patch, and we will get a whole year of seasons that will introduce new weapons, gear, and exotics. We know that to be fact. What we don't know is everything else they're talking about. So just take what they say with a grain of salt, put them in that category of if you want to believe them, fine, but just know that more than likely it's bullshit. So you can drink the Kool-Aid if you want, but I'm here to set the record straight and let you know that it's not true. But anyways, that's it. I'm done talking about it. That's my little rant for this Manic Mondays. I was just sick of people sending me questions and all this about the same topic that if you actually just read the job listing, it tells you. It's for the CN version. Cut and dry. Very simple. Case closed. Like, if you want to believe any of the other speculations, go for it. But I'm just letting you know right here, we don't let that shit slide. But all right, everyone, have a great day. I'm going to release a Rainbow Six extraction video and also a build video today, so stay tuned for that. Don't forget to have your notifications on. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about this. Do not forget to hit that thumbs up. I am Kamikazevondoom. Sorry, a little burp there. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone. Peace.